Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another live recording of the podcast Maria and Friends. I am so excited you're here, that you've joined us, whether you're watching us live or you're watching us on the replay. Make sure you type in the comments replay if that's the case so we know. So we're going to go ahead and start, and we have a fun subject tonight, I think, and hopefully, you will receive something that will help you in your journey, in your dating journey. So let's go ahead and get started. And let me read the intro. And it says, welcome back to another episode of Money and Friends. Today, I am thrilled to welcome back a truly insightful guest that we've had these couple of weeks, Mr. Ulises Vargas. Many of you might remember him because he's been here um, sharing with us his insight, his perspective on different things, and stirring up the conversation. Like he always says, I like to stir it up. So we're glad he's here. So I know that you're going to enjoy him once again. And we, just to let you know, we are playing some more podcasts with Mr. Ulises. So I'm excited about that. And Mr. Ulises, he is a published author and has dedicated over 20 years to the ministry, bringing a wealth of wisdom, experience, and to every conversation and discussion. He does have a unique perspective on things. Obviously, he's a guy. So he likes to show the other side of the coin and make us think a little deeper and see things in a new angle. So, in this series, we're going to continue to talk about different topics in regards to relationship. But I want to make something clear before we begin that we are not experts. We are just sharing our personal experience, things that have worked for us, what God has given us, and that's what we're sharing here. Real stories, real lessons, and hopefully be an inspiration to you along the way. So if you're ready to explore new perspectives, learn from personal experience, and uncover insights that can help you grow in your own journey, then stick around with us because it's going to be a great conversation. Today's topic is dating the fake you. All right. So welcome, Mr. Ulises. Hello.
What's going on? What's going on? Maria, how are you? How are you? How was your week?
It was good. The week has been good, has been busy. We've been busy. I was telling you earlier that this week has been amazing. Getting something ready for a couple of events that are gonna be happening this weekend. So I'm excited about that. But we're here. This is one of my favorite things to do on a Friday night is come and record this podcast with you.
Nice. It's an honor to be here for sure. Every week, it has been amazing. The conversation, the insight, the laughter, and the engagement that we get from the people actually listening in
Absolutely.
has been nothing short of amazing. So kudos to every single body that has been faithful watching these episodes. And just a quick reminder, please, it takes 3 seconds to share
Yes.
the video, to share this live, share it with the people on your page so it could reach more, continue to engage in the conversation so that it pops up in the feed for those who are your friends. So make sure your cousins, your moms, your aunties and uncles, your tias and tios, and your best friend's best friend. Make sure that they're watching it live as well. And again, it's good conversation. So if you know anybody who is going through a relationship issue, in today's episode, trying to figure out how to decipher who's real, who's fake, who's not, in this world of social media and filters. It's a lot to sift through for sure, but feel free to go ahead and hit that live button, hit that heart button, and and really support Maria and the things that she's doing. She's doing some big things, y'all. She's doing some big things around here.
So let's get started in that. Let's get started in the conversation. Tell everyone how we came up with this subject, with this title, how we came up with this conversation. It's kind of funny. So, you want to share?
Yeah. So on Sunday, this past Sunday, I shared a post. Let me go ahead and look it up now. And in this post, like I like to stir the pot a little bit, especially when they're dealing with women. As a man, it's kind of just poke fun and stuff that women do. But the post says, "Stop trying to understand women. Stop trying to understand women. They put hair on their hair, they put nails on their nails, and they put eyelashes on their eyelashes. So just what are we doing right now? What are we doing?" So Maria saw that on Sunday. It was like, why are you trying to stir up trouble so early in the Sunday morning? We're supposed to be holy and
Yes.
going to church and stuff like that. And then she was like, this actually would be a good podcast, And I'm like, you know what? You're right, because we had a phone conversation. It's like, in this dating world and trying to decipher, you know, who's real, is this too good to be true? Is this
Too good to
too
be
good to
true.
be true? Um, and you know what the saying goes, it probably is. And unfortunately, we have a whole lot of stories out there that people can share of, yeah, it was too good to be true. So, so hopefully, this conversation, we'll definitely, be serious about it. But I'm definitely gonna be, cracking up some jokes, stirring up some pots a little bit, and but at the end of the day, it's the hope is that for those who are looking, that they can be able to do a better job of discerning, as the church says, discerning
Yes.
who they're actually talking to and dealing with. So that's really how I came up.
And what we're gonna do is, first of all, let's talk about things that you or reasons that you think that people tend to present themselves a difference of who they are, and a couple of, let's start there. And I told Ulises, first of all, I'm offended because he started with the nails and the lashes and the hair, and I'm like, let's start there, but I'm already offended, okay? Because I wear lashes, I wear nails, I wear wigs, I wear everything. But we're going to talk about that because we have to look beyond that, right? We have to learn how to decipher and go through all that stuff, and like Ulises was saying, have discernment. So Ulises, let's talk about, why do you think that when we start dating, some people tend to pretend to be who they're not? And for me, one of the reasons is fear of rejection. One of the reasons why some people, hi Elizabeth and hi Annette, they're saying hi already, um, is that we tend to think, if I show who I really am right off the bat, or as soon as we start dating, they're not gonna like me. So because we want people to like us, if you're dating and you're out there dating and talking, and you want people to like you, and you always think, if they know how I really am, they're not gonna give me a chance. So that's why a lot of people tend to fake who they are, and hoping that in the process you fall in love with them, and then it doesn't matter what you do. And then we all have the desire to impress, so we're always trying to put our best foot forward, and we want that somebody that we like thinks the best of us. So that's true. And then I don't know, what do you think?
No, I think it's definitely a you know I, I- most people have some level of experience of, man, I've overshared, or they feel like they've overshared, right? You know, everybody loves honesty until it's something that you don't want to hear.
Yeah.
You know, I want I want a man who is honest. Oh, I met this man until he told me that, he cheated on his last marriage. You know what? No, I don't want that in my life. Or a man, like, yeah, she's a great woman, but she told me in her last relationship that she just, she was just going off the rails with her anger and things. Yeah, I don't know if I really want to deal with that. So, so they've dealt with some form of rejection for sure. Of, what. So it's like the question becomes, what can I share that will keep you interested and not run away?
Well, you don't want to share anything. You don't want to share everything right off the bat. I mean, like, I'm not going to
Why
share my
not?
credit score. I'm not going to share my credit score on the first date, and I'm not going to share, how many surgeries I've had, and I'm not going to share, I don't know how many cats I have or dogs or. But I think I always say that dating is a process of elimination sometimes because you don't want to, like you said, you don't want to overshare. And I've been on dates where I guess the guy gets nervous and he starts the first date, he starts and nonstop,
Ugh,
and I'm like,
ugh.
it's just like they vomit their whole life, and I'm like, and I'm thinking, you gotta leave something for the second date because what are we gonna talk about? Just and they just and I'm and like for example, you know how I know that women we tend to be a little extra and we have the nails and we have this and
No,
we try to
no,
present all that and
no.
but the guys do the same thing.
Huh? What?
Yes, I'm sorry, Ulises, but you don't. I
Like
know
what?
because you don't date
Like
guys. That's
what?
right, because you don't date guys.
Like what?
You don't know because you don't date guys. No, well, I'm not saying you, but what I'm saying is that sometimes guys will lie about the car they drive. They'll lie about their jobs. They'll
Mm,
say they are supervisors or they're department heads when they're not that, which is I'm okay with. We've talked about this already. I'm okay with that. But when they pretend, no, okay, I'm the this and this and this, and I'm the one that signs everybody's checks and all that stuff, and Annette says yes, and Cristina, Cristi, dice, they say sí, lo sabe Dios, que lo sepa todo el mundo, with secrets vomiting. That's right, they say that. If God knows it, que lo sepa el mundo. She's right.
mhm.
Christi's right. So what happens is that guys, in my case, let me tell you, oh my God,
Talk to me.
because tú estás hablando de all that stuff that women do, but guys, they lie about their jobs, the car. One of the things that they lie about is like, you know what? My mom's living with me. She's by herself and I want to leave by
Mm.
herself and blah blah blah. And they make up this story that they're the heroes and they're saving their mom, and then you're like, "Ay, mira qué bonito. How nice. He's taking care of
Loves
his
his mama. He
mama.
loves
I
his
love a man.
mama.
I love a man that loves his mama because if he loves his mama, he loves me. And if he takes care of his mama, he's gonna take care of me. That's what we're told.
Mhm.
And so we're like, oh, qué bonito. And then the moment you start talking to them and talking to them, then you find out that he lost it all, that he didn't keep the job, he ruined his credit. Now his mom had to pick him up from the streets and he's a mess. He
Mm.
can't find a job, so he's out there looking for a job, but he can't. And so there's this whole mess, and then there's a problem with the baby mama and stuff. And oh, that's another thing. Oh my God. Dude, they lie about how many kids they have. Some
What? What?
men, they do. They lie about how many, because you ask them, how many kids you have? And they'll say like two. And then you find out they have three or four. Hi, Tati. Hello, hello. Welcome in. So, and then they'll lie about how many kids they have. They'll lie. Um,
What?
you ask them, are you married, single, divorced? What is your
Oh
status?
yeah.
And they're like, no, 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 I'm divorced. Okay. And then you come to find out they are not divorced. They're separated. And sometimes they even tell you, you know what? I live with a roommate and we share the bills. And you're like, oh, okay, okay. Then as time goes on, they're still living with their ex. And they're like, no, but she has a room over there. And I have my room over here. And, we just cohabitate. And you're like, what in the world? Is just lie after lie.
But
Like,
women do that too now. Women do that too.
yeah, we beyond the nails and beyond the hair and beyond all that stuff.
Mm.
Have you heard?
Hey,
Have you heard?
I'm not.
Have you heard
Yeah,
about the guy that says if you really want to know what a woman likes, or what a woman is like, take her swimming.
take her swimming. I haven't heard that one. Take her swimming.
Yeah, because the makeup's gonna fall off, the wig will probably fall off, the nails fall off. It'll just give you no. I don't want to get in the water, because it'll. You never heard that?
No, I never heard that. That's good.
Now you
You know,
can't say that.
it reminds me of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air episode where he was dating that girl, and they were in an earthquake. They was in love with each other. Earthquake happened. They were stuck in a room, and then he's sitting there like, all of a sudden her hair starts coming off, like, oh, and then it's like the nails start coming out. He's like, what is happening? Like, and he's all disgusted. Like, she's like, here. Start taking out the eyelashes here. Like, it's like, what? Like, then, and then realized it was like, yo, okay, yeah, we are not a good fit. I did not know any of this was fake. What is, why are you bald? That's that was his question. Like what's really happening here? But
do you have a limit? Like, most women, they're gonna wear most women's lashes, and that we're gonna. Do you have a limit? Or do guys don't?
Most guys don't like. Well, let me just speak for me. But I believe I can speak for most guys. I don't know what it is about these eyelashes that go way out here. Like, literally, like, and first of all, like, how do you see between this stuff?
Because you can still see. You just te acomodan los lentes. You just get your you just extend them a little and they fit. That's how you do it.
Yeah, but then the wind blows and it's like just starts fluttering like all by itself, and it's like, now you got to hold them down because they're about to fly away. Like there's something about like having fake eyelashes.
Don't they look pretty? Don't they look pretty? They look pretty.
Who?
The girls with the eyelashes.
Now, the one, if it's done right.
Yeah.
In my opinion, if it's done right, there, and I am not racist. I promise you guys. I love black people. I do. I go to a black church. I do. But that culture is something else when it comes to these eyelashes. Like,
Hispanic women too. Hispanic women too. We do too, girl. I mean, girl, guy.
Girl,
I'll tell you, we do too. Like, yeah, we do.
Who in the comment section wears fake eyelashes, and how far do they go?
Hold on, I don't know who's. Okay, I don't know who's calling, but
if it's not the Lord,
listen, whoever's calling, stop it, because I'm live and I can't find my phone. I can't find my phone. Look at my bag. This is my bag. I can't find my phone. So keep talking about the lashes because I need to find my phone to turn it off.
Who in the comment section wear these fake eyelashes? And again, there's nothing wrong with fake eyelashes. I guess it's all depending, like how because I'm more of a natural guy. Like, I like natural, right? Like, the fake eyelashes, the going to the shop, getting your hair done. Cool, great. I got no issues with it. I ain't got none. What bothers me and what bothers a lot of people that I talk to is it's over exaggerated. It's like super dramatic. Like, I can tell the personality of a woman based on her appearance. Like,
what do you mean?
She's dramatic.
For real.
She's dramatic. Yep, she's dramatic. Yep. Oh yeah, she's toxic. Like, is
by her appearance?
Oh, by the appearance. Oh, absolutely.
No, you can't.
Absolutely.
You can't. We're not supposed to be judging people by the experience, Ulises. By the appearance.
Where's that in the Bible?
We can't be judging by people what they look like. We can't.
I mean, I'm not judging. I'm just observing.
Okay, so what would make a girl look crazy? What does she have to be wearing to make you think, ooh, she's a toxic, or she crazy, or?
I mean,
explain yourself.
Explain myself. It's you're going out. You're going to Walmart. Okay. Everybody loves Walmart. Everybody likes to go to Walmart to get their stuff from Walmart. Why are you wearing booty shorts to Walmart with the
Oh,
purple
that's
hair and the see-through top?
that's
And
badass.
and this is how you normally go out. This ain't no I'm in my jammies, I ain't gonna change. No, this is how you normally go out. Like, you could look at a person and be like, she's drama. She's drama. You know, compared to, somebody who's more modest, whatever the case is. Like, okay, then I actually have to get to know that person to find out, what the status is. And guys are just as bad too when it comes to dressing up. Like, I know that, ladies, I know when y'all are out and about and you look at a man, you see how he's dressed, and you can be like, yeah, no, please do not talk to me. Please don't try to ask for my number, because I no.
Well, if I see a guy that
Mhm.
that he has a shirt all wrinkled, his hair is unkept, and he is just like, unless he works in a construction company and he come at me like trying to talk to me, I'm like, sir, sir, go brush your teeth.
Woo.
Go brush go brush your teeth, go do something with your life. Because I mean, I don't know. But okay. So there's a line that we have to understand, that when we're starting to date, we are going to present the best of ourselves, that we are going to try to look our best, and we are going to try to behave the best way possible. We're going to do all those things. And we've talked about it, that the reason we do it is because we don't want rejection. We don't want people to reject us. We want to cause a good impression. This is somebody, if I'm going on a date, because Ulises, if I'm going on a date with a guy, it's somebody that I've talked to and I want to impress. But obviously, I'm going to do my best to show up. I'm going to do my best to, present myself in a way that I look nice. And to me, if wearing a little bit of nails, a little bit of lashes, and, a little extension, all that stuff helps
Do
my
you feel
appearance.
like it's a Do you feel like it's a job interview? Like you're going to like a job interview,
Yes, absolutely. It's a job interview. I'm going to interview for a position in this man's life.
or him in your life?
Or him in my life.
Basically, you're the employer, and you got now HR is involved with a potential employee into your business. So it's like, okay,
Well, it's I mean, I don't not the way
perfect
you put
scenario.
it sounds, the way you're putting it sounds a little bad, but no.
No, I like it. I like it because here's the thing, right? Because like with my job, right? Like I have to interview people,
Hmm.
right? But the one thing that I already know without a shadow of a doubt is that they're going to say the right thing. They're going to say the right thing, no matter what. Hey, we need somebody who can come. I come to work every day. Every day I come to work. Man, I'm a quick learner. I'm great with technology. Like, and then the people get hired, and it's like they don't even know how to press the power button. It's like wait a minute, who you who you portray yourself to be in an interview is not who you really
Yeah.
are once you got hired. So, as your HR, as a HR, as the person who is interviewing these potentials to be a part of your life,
Yes.
how can you differentiate somebody who's saying the right things just to get in through the door,
Hmm. Hmm.
or saying the right things because that's who they truly are?
Oh, easy. The answer is easy. The answer is easy. How do I know who that person really is, going beyond the looks,
Mhm.
going beyond the status, going obviously I'm gonna, you know, ask questions, and we're gonna go on a few dates, but sooner or later, the guide, the what I look at the most to determine if this person is a good fit for my life or not, is I use the word of God that says, that verse that says that by the fruit you shall know them.
Hmm.
By the
So,
fruit. I mean, and obviously when the Bible says not by the fruits, there's not a lot. It's not like, because when the kids, they show you apples and mangoes and different fruits. No, what I'm talking about is the fruit of the spirit with different manifestations. So when a person is serving God, when a person has good morals, when a person has something that guides their life, it gives you a fruit, it gives you a result in their life. You start seeing the true who they are. I can fake who I am for a couple of months. Anybody can fake who they are for a couple of months, but I am telling you, sooner or later, who the person really is, you start bringing the walls down. You start getting comfortable. You start showing a little bit of who you are, but nobody can pretend to be who they're not. I mean, and if they do, they're master manipulators. And if
mm,
you fall, that means you're not looking very careful. That means that you were blinded by the beauty, you were blinded by the fake eyelashes, you were blinded by all these things, and you didn't go beyond to look. Because because this is one of the things, when you are looking for a house to buy, how much looking do you do? How much inspection do you do on this house? When you're gonna buy a house, there's an inspection. There's this. There's a lot that goes on. You just don't go show up and say, "Hey, that's me." Sign, and in 2 days is yours. When you go buy a car, you inspect it. You talk about it. You do all this processing. And for somebody, you got to do the same thing for somebody that's gonna be somebody important in your life. As a woman, Ulises, as a woman, it is important for you to do your work and look at the fruits in this man's life. You know why? Because I am going to receive somebody's name. I am going to give up my name, so to speak. In some countries, you keep it, but I am going to forego my last name, so to speak, and I am going to take your name. I mean, and these men want me to take their last name when the banks won't even put their name on a piece of plastic.
come on. Come on now.
I am going to take your legacy. I am going to give you children. I am going to give you a home. I am going to give you a place where you can come and rest. I am going to offer, I'm going to multiply, like they're saying there. I'm going to apply everything you give me. You give me flour, I'll make you tortillas. You buy a house, I'll make it a home. You give the woman a seed, she bears children. I mean, she puts her dream, so to speak, on the back burner to support you. And sometimes women don't realize how much we give, how much we can offer. So we are just not taking our time to look at these guys' fruits and who they are, or who they are behind the cute smile, and who they are beyond the muscles, the hair, the cars, and we're just like, yep, that he look cute, that's it, and we just get blinded, and here we go. And my thing is, in this season of my life, I want to see fruits. I want to see fruits. I want to see fruits. It'll get you all those beautiful things, and saying the right things will get you in the door. But that doesn't mean I'm going to give you a key to my house.
Mm.
And that's why there's got to be a process. I understand that we fake date, so to speak, and we fake who we are sometimes, and in the hopes that that it works out. And we understand when some people are fakers and stuff, but I don't believe in fake it till you make it. You are who you are, and sooner or later it's going to show up. So you have to use the fruit of the spirit. See who this person truly is, how they behave with their mom, how they behave with their dad, how they behave with their family. Do they pay their bills on time? Do they own a car? Because I am telling you, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate from some people, and that's all right. And because I've had this conversation many a times, and I am okay with being the bad guy, but I refuse to date. Listen to what I'm telling you. I refuse to date somebody that don't have a car.
And why is that?
Oh, I've said it a lot of times. I said it, because if you don't have a car, my question is why. Simple. My question is why. My questions would be then, why don't you have a car? Do you not have a job? Do you have tickets you haven't paid? Tati's asking me, Oh, Tati's saying, I'm with you, Maria. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't know what part, but yay! I don't know what part she's with me.
Everything, because you on fire right now. You
Everything,
was on fire.
everything. So
Everything.
if and I Ulises, I wanted you to tell me in a minute something that you won't date a woman for as soon as you find out that. I know there's a lot, but pick one.
17
So
kids.
that's that's I don't know. I need to. We need a ding. Anyways, so what? I won't date somebody who doesn't have a car. I know that sounds petty, but unless we're in another country that I have to make adjustments to my expectations, I'm okay. But in the United States, why don't you have? Dude, you don't have a car? You can't get insurance, and do you have tickets? Do you have a warrant? Are you a drunker and you've just do you have so many issues with tickets that you can't get a car? Because
No.
if you're smart enough, okay, you can't get a car, but you can ask somebody to co-sign for you or buy the car off of somebody. And I am not saying, listen to the second part. I'm not saying it has to be an amazing car. I'm okay with a little clunker, but it
Mm.
shows it's not the value of the car. It's having the car because that tells me that you can't even do the basics. How are you going to take care of me? What if something happens to me? Are you going to come and get me? Because oh yeah, yeah, but babe, I can Uber. Oh, okay. Oh,
Or the bikes with the motorized bikes.
I'm sorry, I can't fit.
Ching
I
ching.
can't. You and
Ching
I,
ching.
me and him will not fit on the bike. And these lashes are too expensive to be flipping up in the air. My extensions are too expensive to be up in the. No, no, no. So,
Yes,
oh yes,
Maria,
that
you
is
was
on
on
fire right now.
fire.
So
Fire.
because I have all those questions. Are you paying so much child support that you can't afford to pay a car payment?
Well,
Okay, if you can,
and usually,
and if
so,
you can't
sorry.
pay, oh, go ahead,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Defend them, defend them.
I can't defend that. But what I will say is this: that there are people, unfortunately, right? That sometimes their license gets suspended
Let's
because
talk about that.
they're behind on child support, or whatever the case is. So, you know, no license, no insurance, no car, right? At least they can't drive legally. Let's put it that way. But or to what you're saying, some type of record, unpaid tickets, warrants, whatever the case is. So to your point, I totally understand why you won't date somebody who doesn't have a car. Totally
And I'm
get it.
not saying the type of car. I'm seriously, it could be a clunker. When I'm telling you it could be a clunker, I'm okay with being a clunker. But at least that helps me ask the right questions.
And that's good because one of the things that you're able to discern who's real and who's not is by the asking the right questions. Because people who are faking it makes them very uncomfortable when you ask those type of questions, right? Like, so why can't you? Well, if you start hearing stuff like it's their fault, it's their fault. Like this one guy who was behind super behind on his electricity bill, and had a conversation with the people, with the company, on why he was behind an electricity bill, and he was still blaming them for why he wasn't paying, why he was behind on his bill. And then when he realized that that was a lost argument, then he blamed it on his girlfriend on why the bill wasn't paid. Melissa says, when you walk with the Lord, he will give you discernment. And when you don't walk with the Lord, you'll get Twitter patted by any touch.
Oh, Pastor Melissa. Yep, yep. She's
Coming
the
down
one.
with the fire. Mm-hmm.
She's the one that told me what Twitter pat it mean? Is that little bunny in Bambi? I think it is when the little bunny kisses the other the little bunny kisses him and he goes "Doo-doo-doo-doo." He just gets all Twitter pated like he stuff. And she's right. When you walk with the Lord, He will give you discernment, and you will know this person. You will know who they are, what they're about, and you will recognize the fruit of the Spirit in this person's life, and joy, kindness, love, all the fruit that comes with it. And when you don't, you just get blindsided. All you think is oh my God, he smells good, and he talks real nice, and or the girl, I don't know, she, like Ulises said, she's fine, fine, like he
Fine.
said.
Gosh.
And
Lord, is
then,
there an exception?
oh
Lord, is
my
there an
Lord,
exception?
no, you got to be. So you see all these things and will influence who how you see this person, because at the beginning, honestly, very few people don't fake it. For the most part, I see all of us faking it, and I'm not saying that I fake it. I'm saying that I'm very cautious, and slowly I will open up, because I'm not going to tell you the first day this and this and this and that, and I'm allergic to cats, and I'm this, and I'm allergic to avocate, and I'm not going to tell you all my life I'm a social security and this. No, I'm not going to tell you none of that. Slowly, 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 you're going to get to start to know me, and then you're going to see the fruits of the Spirit in my life, and you're like, I can deal with that. I can deal
I've,
with
I've,
that.
I've had so many, when I was dating, like, I had so many people. Yeah, I already knew that about you because I already searched you up. Like
Oh,
it has come to that in at least in Florida, right? Where it's like, yeah, like there will be like a random question, like, you ever had a speeding ticket? I say, yeah, I had one, but
yeah.
like back in 2021, I had an accident, and da da da. Oh yeah, yeah, I knew that. Like that. I was just asking you to see if you're gonna be honest about it, and it's like, and so I have just come to the belief, like, whether somebody has or has or not, I'm just going to assume that, when they ask me what my full name is, that they're searching. They're going to pay the $20, or if they already have a subscription, they're going to find out who I am. Because most, and rightfully so, most women, especially in this day and age, they want to know that the person they're talking to is safe. They're not a
Yes.
killer. They're not a pedophile. They're not a stalker. They don't have any, domestic violence, on their record, or whatever the case is. Like, there's because it's such a crazy world we live in. Us guys, we don't care
I was
about your.
gonna ask you, what do you guys search? Because I am telling you, you're right. Like I will look. I even told guys, you want to know who I am? Because they start asking a lot of questions, and I'm like, you want to know who I am? Go to my Facebook. You can everything, just about a lot of things. You can the basics, You can go to my Facebook. You will see me with ¿cómo se? With filters. You will see me without filters, because I use filters. I'm gonna be so open with y'all. I use filters all the time. However, you will see a lot of pictures without filters. A lot of pictures así toda fodonga,
Uh-huh.
toda fodonga, like toda like que me besó el diablo. No, you will see the true me. You will see the true me.
Shots fired.
Because I believe in filters all the time, but you will also see me, taking some videos, and sometimes I sometimes take videos and I look at myself, what was I thinking? But then I don't erase them, because I don't want people to be surprised when they meet me in person.
Right.
Because
No,
you use so
it
much filter,
happens.
and
Oh my
you're so
gosh, man.
produced. You're so produced, and you're just so produced, and they meet you in person. They're like, "Dang, what
I,
happened?"
I can't tell you how many dates I went on where the photos was like, they look their age, they look 30s, 40s, 50s, but then when you meet them in person, it's like, woo, like, oh, mm, like, hey, it's me, Angela.
Have you ever walked
Oh,
out?
oh,
Have you ever
hi.
have you ever walked out on a date, or you're just friendly and you stay the whole time?
I stay the whole time. I'm not. Number one, I'm hungry. Number two, I'm not a jerk. I'm not a jerk like that, right? So
But
I
why don't you
will.
video? But why don't you do video calls with them? I don't understand why not. I don't. You know what? I'm gonna tell all of y'all. All of y'all. I don't understand why you do not video call people before. I will do I will not go out on a date if I don't do a video call.
It's different for guys though,
Why not?
because
Why don't you do a video call? What's wrong with that? Do a video
nothing,
call. You will.
nothing's wrong with it. Nothing. There's nothing wrong with it. We just
Why
we
you're
just
so
don't think about
trusting?
it.
You see
We
that's
just
why
no. Our brains don't think about that. We're not. We're
you're
not.
too trusting.
Probably. But at the end of the day, most guys, we don't think about stuff like that. If we happen to go to a date and it's like, yo, you are not like you're literally doing a side by side.
You guys are dogs. No way. No
Like,
way. No, you guys are.
like,
No, se sale. No, it's too much.
okay. It was, oh man, it's getting, oh
No way.
man, my, yeah, so, but it
Do you ever
happened.
use do you ever use the one, did you tell your friends, hey dog, if I don't, call me and tell me this, my house is on fire, or call me, you need a ride? You don't do that?
I have used, and
You're telling all your secrets. You're
I'm Lord Jesus, there was one time. Now, mind you, my kids are grown. I'm all by myself in my house. But one of them that was like, when I was doing this whole number, this whole, you don't look nothing. I was like, oh man, my son, emergency. I'm gonna have to cut this short. Oh man.
wow.
We let's can we yeah, don't call me, I'll call you. And
Do you pay for the dinner at least?
oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
For sure. I'm always gonna be a gentleman like that. I'm not gonna, I'll but I did cut one short because it was, I couldn't get, like, it's basically it's modern day catfish, It
Yes.
really is,
Oh
you
yeah.
know,
Yes.
and it's like, but it was the same person, but it was just filtered, and it's like, okay, like you do know, it's almost like, and guys do it too, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, what part of their brain doesn't calculate what happens if I make it to step 2? Like it almost seems like they don't ever make it past step 1, so they're just like, here's the the photo cropped edited version of me, filter like I'm Snow White, and and guys would be like, yeah, I go to the gym 17 days a week. You know what I'm saying? I
No.
work. I got a 7-figure job. I drive my Corvette, and I don't play with gold diggers. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't live with my mom.
Right. And I take care of my mama who lives in the basement.
No
And then when you meet them, it's the total opposite. They living in their mama's basement, and they look nothing like the pictures. It's like, what part of their brain doesn't compute? I'm gonna have to eventually meet you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So my brain is like, hey, this is who I am. Take it or leave it. I'm no longer in my 20s or my 30s. I'm getting close to 50. So it's like, the need to impress is no longer there.
Absolutely.
Like it's like, hey, this is who I am. I'm going to be honest. And everybody says that I'm an honest guy. I'm an honest dude. And it's like, have you ever done drugs? Never.
Oh my God.
Never smoked anything in my life. And then like a week later, hey, what are you doing?
God.
Like, why are you sniffing?
Yeah. Yeah,
You
it's
know,
true.
I got to cancel my date tonight. I'm not feeling well. You know, it's like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, you're wasting so much time is being wasted, and that's what frustrates a lot of people.
So
You
what are
know,
the benefits? Let's talk about the benefits when you are honest from the get-go. When you're and I was gonna tell you, I make sure I want to let me repeat it again because I want to make sure women do a video call. Please save yourself the hassle because he will see you. He will see you exactly with you how you are with your lashes and everything. He will see you the way you are in a video call because you can't. I mean, you can you put filters on a video call? I don't think so, but he
you
will
can't.
see you with a video call exactly who you are, what you look like, and you will see him. I am telling you. You don't even have to go all the way for coffee or date. Right there, you can cut him off. I am telling you, I've done video calls one of these guys, and I don't know if Pastor Melissa's here, can be my witness, but because I've shown her, there was this guy that I video chatted. I didn't go on a date because we were just talking, and I decided to video chat. He lives in a ranch. He told me, I live in a ranch, un ranchito bonito, y esto, lo otro. And he painted this glorified picture. And I said, okay, so bueno, let's go out next month. Okay, está bueno. Let's do a video call. I'm like, I am telling you, Ulises, when I turned that video, when I saw the video call and I saw him, and he says, "Ah, you want to see my ranchito?" And I'm like, "Sure." And he goes like this and shows me the ranchito. Oh my God, it was horrible. It was horrible. I'm like, oh yeah, and I'm gonna bring you
What,
over
what, what,
here, and
what
I'm
was so
and look,
horrible about it?
I'm gonna tell you what. It was
Oh, talk.
it was trash everywhere. It was disorganized. It was like awful. But what made it worse was that he said, Mira, I got you something in the future hopes that you're going to be living here with me. I got you a wood stove.
A wood stove.
And he showed me a wood stove, the old fashioned wood stove. And I'm like, what? I'm thinking, I don't even cook, sir. I don't even cook anymore. What am I supposed to do with that? Just I don't know, paint it. I don't know. I don't even know. I wouldn't even know how to turn it on.
He was
I
like
don't even
wood
know.
stove. Hint,
And
hint.
I'm like, no, no, no. He wanted to take me. And I said, sir, I'm not the one for you. Because he wanted to take me to live in a rancho. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. No,
With the
no, no.
cows.
I mean, if that's what you're into, good for you. But no, no. So we need to, okay. So we need to definitely do those video calls. I just wanted to make sure, we knew
Yeah, and
that
men
was well
do it at
understood.
8 in the morning. Do it at 8 in the morning so you can see them for how they truly are, without the makeup, with the hair. No, I'm just joking. Don't do that, guys, because then you'll never get that call. Schedule a call with the woman.
So let's
Schedule
talk.
it.
Well, schedule a video call. Do a video call. I mean, honestly, if you're gonna date me, you got. I mean, at least the first date, I will give you a good impression. The second, third date, you can call me at any time. And oh yeah, and call him in the middle of the night. You know what? Call the guy at night,
Do not
especially
call me
after
in the
10. Yes, because no,
nope.
no, I'm gonna tell. Ulises, at least
Yes,
one.
ma'am.
You know why? Because if they don't answer past 10, they have a wife.
No, that's not true. That
Ah,
is not
yes,
true.
it's true. It's true.
No, no. Guys like me, who's in bed by 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Have you
I
ever,
may, I may answer the phone if I hear it. If I hear it, I may
you
answer it.
see exactly at least once, but never, ever, ever, ever. Not ever, 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 never. Oh, she goes. That this says no calls in the morning, please. I mean, hey, it is what it is.
Uh,
It is what it is. So,
have
what
that
are the
groggy
benefits?
voice.
Let's talk about the benefits when you are honest. Not from from the get go. When you're, I'm not saying reveal yourself everything, but be honest from the get go because when you from the beginning show that you're a honest person, that hey, you know what, like I was talking to Pastor Melissa and we were talking, and she asked me really good questions about finances. She did. She asked me, if I would date somebody, and I think I've asked you, if you date somebody with a lot of debt, would you date somebody that has a record, or would you date? What about the finances? When do you do, as a couple or as a potential boyfriend girlfriend? When do you start talking about finances? Because I mean, there's so many boxes that the guys check, and you're like all this wonderful thing, and then Tati says, she says the truth will set you free. Woo! But then we have to look at the person as a whole, and we just think about all the other things, and we forget the finances. And couples finances is a big deal breaker. Finances can ruin a marriage if you don't talk about who's going to do the finances, who's going to run the money, who's going to save, who's a saver, who's a spender, what are your plans, goals, finances. And I even asked Ulises, what do you think, if you find the right girl, will you take on her debt? And then, so those are conversations that you need to have, because you're dating to marry, you're dating to bring this person into your life. You're dating, so you got to be honest of what's going on. I mean, I was telling Pastor Melissa, like, I would be, when I start getting those questions, I would say, you know what? This is my finances. I don't have any debt. I don't this. I don't that. This is what I don't owe. I don't know this. I do. I paid this. I paid that. This is my whole situation. If you want me to come bring millions, I don't. But I don't bring any debt other than my car, or this or this, or and you're clear. And if you're clear, and I like what Ulises told me, that I really, I want you to explain it, because I did ask you the question, and you said, when I asked you, will you take a woman that you fall in love, that you love, and she has debt? And you gave me a really good answer. You said yes. And I was like, really? And I said, as long as I see that she's working towards paying it all out, that she has a plan.
Absolutely no. And the motto that I live by is it's not about perfection, it's about effort. That's the motto that I live by. Because we all have a history, we all have a past, we've all, made some level of mistakes financially, in relationships, whatever the case is. So it's about the effort. Like, can you put that effort in to do your best to fix what broke, And so it's like when we are finding ourselves, you know, talking with somebody, or even dealing with your current partner, your current spouse.
Yeah.
It's like, can I not just be honest, but be transparent? Like I heard somebody say some time ago, where it's like, I'd rather have a transparent partner than an honest one.
What do you mean? Aren't
An
they the same
honest
thing?
person, there's a slight difference. A
Explain
honest
yourself.
person, a honest person, if you ask them, "Hey, were you at the party?" Yeah. Who was there? So and 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 so. And so, like, so it's basically you have to ask questions. They'll be honest about it, but you got to ask them. Transparency is, I went to the party, and this is who was there with me. And so the psychologist was kind of like comparing the difference between the two, where it's like, and the context was, if if your man has to go to a work party, right? And he's meeting his boss, but he's also meeting the boss's secretary, who has to be an attractive woman, or whatever the case is. Like, most men, and this is what you find out to be true, most men will purposely not include everybody who was there for the sake of avoiding a conversation, avoiding an argument, avoiding, well, how come you didn't tell me she was going to be there?
Yeah, because
So,
we're gonna ask. We're gonna ask. We are
mhm,
going to ask who was there, and if you tell me, pues the secretary was there. You mean the cute secretary with a little bitty pencil skirt and long hair and all pretty and all? You're gonna. She was there. How come you didn't tell me? How come you hit that she was there? And that's gonna bring suspicious, because I would
yeah.
ask you. I'm not gonna ask you, but I would ask my husband. Did you look?
But what do we do?
You double
Well, you
look.
didn't, but you didn't ask.
Look. When he says everybody can look, But when you double look and triple look, that's a problem right there.
When you stare, right?
When you
Because
stare too long, I mean, we all look. I'm sorry. Can I read Melissa's comment there?
yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Melissa Carrasco said, so if we don't ask for specific person and he gets in trouble, he can say, you didn't ask about that person.
I was just getting ready to say
Ah,
that. I was just getting ready to say that because like I can always use that excuse. Well, you didn't ask. I mean, I would have told you if you would have asked me. I would have been honest about it if you would have asked me, but you didn't ask. But somebody who's transparent is another way of saying somebody who really doesn't have nothing to hide, right? Like the man would go to you, hey, yeah, the party was great, or hey, I'm going to the party, but I just want you to know that so and so is going to be there.
mm.
So there's a transparency aspect of, hey, wife, hey, girlfriend, like I want you to know who's going to be there. So I want you to know that you can trust. If you trust me enough to tell you, hey, this is who's going to be there, then I hope you trust me enough to know that I'm going to behave myself accordingly. So when I come back to the house, then it's like no questions need to be asked. Hey, outside of how did it go?
Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Did you bring me a plate?
Right.
I used to ask that. Hey, me traes un plato? Or on the way home, can you stop at 7-Eleven and bring me some ice cream? That.
No, and so that's what it is. So it's like I would rather be somebody who's transparent, because transparency to me, which is also one of the things about the benefits of being honest, of being real, is it takes any pressure off of me. Like I don't have to pretend to be somebody that I'm really not. I don't have to, go behind and be like, okay, what did I tell her? So I
It's
can,
tiring. It's tiring to keep up a
man,
lie. It's tiring to keep up a lie and keep track of what you said, what you didn't say, who you said
listen,
it to, what you said it to. Just oh my
I
God, it's
I
just
I barely remember what I wore yesterday, much less what I told you last week. So I would rather be honest about it and be transparent about it. So when it gets brought up, it'd be like, yeah, I did say that. Yeah, I meant that too, or whatever the case is. But being honest, transparency, it just takes so much pressure off
but
of a
what if you lose
person.
a person? What if you lose a person? What if
That's
that
happened.
happens where you know how you said that the girl tells you that you start asking questions and start asking, and the girl tells you, well, yeah, I stabbed a guy one time, and we were in a fight, and he got, he just, and stuff, and I'm being honest and transparent, and
Oh
because people change, Ulises, people change.
no,
And that's where when you look at the person's fruit, then you'll realize that person's changed. That's why it's so important to get to know somebody. The Bible is very clear. By the fruit you shall know them. By the fruit that comes with, because there's been a change in your life, you reflect that. It shows you're a different person in the way you act. You used to be this way, you used to be that way, you used to be so and so, but now the fruit in you has changed. And that's what we need to look at. We need to be like some people say, we need to be fruit inspectors. We need to see how they're behaving, how they have changed. What are the fruits of the spirit? Joy, peace, like suffering, templanza. I'm saying them all in Spanish. So el amor de Dios, we have to see those fruits, because you can be an amazing flower arrangement, but you're fake.
fake flowers. No, and case in point, like one of the things that I've been guilty of it myself, right? Where I feel like I felt like at that time. I realize now it's like I'm okay with it. But a person that I was dating one time, or just starting to get to
Ooh,
know.
we're getting good cheese, man.
Oh
We're
yeah,
getting
yeah.
good cheese, man.
We here for it.
For the tea. We're
We
giving the
here for
tea.
it. Hold on. So pinky
What
out,
is
pinky,
that? What is that? What is that about?
pinky out. It's the
What?
it's bougie. Look it
Oh
up.
Lord. Okay.
Pinky out, pinky out.
Oh,
But
okay.
but for sure, for those who don't know, right? Like I was married for 23 years, and I definitely take responsibility for the things that I've done in that marriage and why it did not work. And one of the reasons why was because I did ended up cheating on my spouse at the time. And
Wow,
so,
you're being transparent.
oh, transparent. But
Hey, Violet. Mhm.
but God did a change, the whole nine. I'm not the same person that I was, 15, 20 years ago. And so at this point, it is what it is. It's part of my testimony. Am I embarrassed of it? Yeah. Ashamed of it? No. Right. So because this is what God brought me out of. Fast forward to the single life, dating world, whatever the case is. Uh, two occasions. The number one was this person who actually ended up being in a relationship. At one point, was engaged, close to getting married. Um, I the first couple of times that we talked, eventually I told her like, hey, this is what happened in my marriage. I did this. Like I take more responsibility, blah blah blah. Oh, the past doesn't mean that what you did, what happened yesterday, don't mean nothing because we're here today and da da da. But yet she used my past, and she became so insecure in the relationship, so jealous of any female that I spoke to, any woman that I talked to, that she accused me of having a relationship with just about everybody and anybody.
Oh my Lord.
So it was obvious that I shared too much, because then it was like now she assumed that I was just going to go out cheating on her.
But
The
I
same I
don't.
did.
But you know what? But there's. Can I interrupt you because
Oh, go for it.
that's something that in a relationship needs to be talked about. So I don't think you overshare too much. I think that's an important hello. When you're not talking about you lied about the color, of your socks.
But
This is a
it was too
serious.
soon. But was it too soon?
You were about to
Right?
marry her.
No,
How?
no,
I mean, you're
but
about
this
to
but this
marry her,
was,
Lisa. That shouldn't.
yeah.
That's not too
But
soon.
no, but too soon was like literally like the first couple of days that we started talking. It wasn't like we got into a relationship and had a deep conversation and then it is what it is. Like it was too soon. I at that time I felt like it. Now I know, hey, it is what it is, right? But back then I felt like it was too soon, because if she would have gotten to know me, I felt like if she got to know me better, realized that that like she never would have known, and unless I would have told her later on, right? But I felt like telling her too soon led her to be, what eventually what she really was in the first place, was somebody who was insecure and the whole nine.
But
So,
this is where it comes in, Ulises, that you've got to see the fruits. Because if I see the fruit of change in you, and I see the fruit that you give day in and out, because when you give fruit, it takes time. It takes time. I mean, this is not instant where you put water and it comes, if fruit develops, it takes time. You put the seed, it grows. Had she looked at your fruits, but if you don't know that, you need to look at the fruits.
I agree. I totally agree. And then the second time was we it was just started talking, whatever the case was. Eventually I told her, say, hey, because the conversation came about, about previous, she was married before, I was married before. Say, yeah, this is where I messed up at. And she was like, yeah, I don't want to deal with that because my ex-husband cheated on me, and that's just too close to home for me. So the good thing about that is that there was honesty in both parts. Hey, this is what I've done. Hey, this is what I've been through, and I don't want to deal with that. That is something you can appreciate. Like, you know what? Okay, cool. So being honest, being transparent cuts off the time. Like you're not wasting nobody's time. Outside of the coffee date or whatever it is that you got going on. So being honest, like, hey, like believe it or not, like it eliminates wasted time. Like this is what I've this is who I am. This is what I used to do. This is my past. This is my present, and this is what my future is looking like. If you're cool with that, then we can go on to the next phase of whatever that next phase is. But if it bothers you, or if you truly can't move past that, that's okay too. Like, it's okay to normalize healthy breakups. It's okay. Like, it's okay to be like, you know what, this is not going to work out. Instead of being all dramatic about breakups and ghosting people or not responding back, whatever the case is, like, just be honest. Like, just be honest about it. Stop being fake. Just stop being fake. So,
So
sorry.
what's your advice to people that want to continue to date? They want to date. Be real, I mean, what would be, while you're thinking about what your final thoughts and your advice would be, mine is that, again, look at the person's fruit, how they're living their life, how they treat people around them. If you want to talk you want to get to know that person, talk to their children, talk to his children, talk to their friends, talk to who knows them, talk to their pastor, ask around, and be an investigator. I'm all for investigating. Like, I will, I'm one of those, the ones that when you were saying earlier, yeah, if you give me information, I will look all your socials up. I will look everything up. It'll give me an idea of who you are. Men don't do that, but I will look up your, not, I mean, not, I won't go do background check, but if I could, I would too, but I'm not paying that. So, but definitely it gives you a sense of who you are. And you're going into the day with more information so you can make the right choice, the right assessment. Because again, I am not interviewing you to mow my lawn. I am interviewing you to be part of an important part of my life. So I want to make sure I'm doing the right person. I mean, I'm choosing the right person. I'm looking at the right things, and the same. I'm an open book. Let's talk about, what do you want to know, and let's go for it. And as time goes on, you'll discover who the real person is. So, what are your final advice to those that want to continue to date?
Oh man, my final advice for those who want to continue to date, or in relationships, and you're still trying to figure it out. Like, don't be afraid to lose a person with the hard conversations. Um,
Wow.
don't be afraid to lose a person with the hard conversations. And if somebody is avoiding those hard conversations, then consider that a red flag. I don't care how much you're in love with him or her. That is a warning sign of things to come if you continue to proceed down that path. A person who wants to be honest with you, and you can tell the difference between somebody who is nervous, scared because they've been vulnerable before and it got used against them, versus somebody who is just truly just trying to avoid those hard conversations. And you can tell, because how many more times can you tell somebody or show somebody that you can be trusted, and then they still say, "Oh, I'm not ready," or "I don't want to have that conversation." And then when they start getting agitated and upset and start yelling, at, "Oh, why do you keep?" You know,
There's your answer.
that's that. That's what.
Let me ask you: are there honest, good guys out there?
Absolutely.
You raised your hand. You're like, you unconsciously raised your hand. You unconsciously raised your hand.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
that was an accident. I don't know how my hand got up there. Bad hand. Ugh. No, no. There are definitely a lot of good men out there, um, and they may not come, and a lot of good men are taken. It's just what it is, But there are a lot of good men out there. A lot of men who are putting the effort into to be better and want to be that husband,
Yeah.
that husband for the potential wife. So, um, is it is definitely you definitely, it's kind of like when you go through a thrift store and you gotta, if you're trying to find that perfect deal, you got to go through like 100 different stores, 120 different racks to find that one shirt that you've been looking for to match that outfit that you've been, because you have an event, going on, you know. But if yes, eventually there are good guys out there, but um, you know, and sometimes ladies, just be patient with us. We
Talk
don't
about
have
that.
all the
Look in the camera and tell the ladies that sometimes we need to be patient and give a lot of grace and.
time. Be patient with us. If you see potential in a man, but he doesn't check all of the boxes,
But he has a car at least.
but he's got at least a car and a job. Those are two good and he's a good dad if he has kids of his own.
Oh yeah.
Be patient. You know, um, us guys, we've a lot of good men have been through some tough relationships. Where we've been hurt, where we've been scarred. We may not share it, we may not show it as much because we're men. We have to be strong because the moment we show vulnerability, then all hell breaks loose, right? So so being patient with the man that you're talking to, or the man that you are hoping to meet one day. Uh, Patience, let patience have its perfect work, and you definitely be, as Pastor Melissa said earlier, use that discernment, pray, and a good wife, a Proverbs 31 woman, as they say, um, is a woman who can be patient, who can trust God's process, not just for her life, but also with the man that she is praying for,
Yeah.
the man that she is hoping to get. So patience is patient. The one thing that you will never see a conference on is a conference on patience, because nobody will show up. Nobody will show up. So, but it's one of the fruits of the spirit. You know, I mean, name me one conference where patience was the title. You, nobody showed up to the patience conference or to the long suffering conference because nobody ain't got time for that.
Veronica says, "Hi Maria." Veronica, she's an amazing woman of God. Hi Veronica. She says, "Hi Maria, blessings, good conversation." Thank you, Vero. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Oh
Ain't,
my
ain't
goodness.
nobody, ain't nobody showing up to it. Tell Pastor Eric to do a conference on patience and see how many people show up outside of the office staff. Like, and y'all are mandated to show up.
Because
So,
we support. Because we support. It's my honor to support. So this is a good conversation, and just for the guys, if there's any guys listening out there, there are good women. There are really really good women out there, and the same thing. Be patient and go beyond the lashes, go beyond the nails, go beyond the hair, go beyond the front, and go beyond sometimes the rough attitude that we have sometimes, because the same way men get hurt, women get hurt too. But just show a little bit of patience, show a little bit of grace, and you'll find some amazing women that are willing to give you all a chance and make your life better. So thank you so much. Any last thoughts before we say goodbye tonight? Thank you so much for being here.
yeah, thank you. Love you guys. Continue to support what's going on here, and hopefully y'all being blessed by the conversation. So
And I
that's it.
appreciate all of you that come up to me and tell me how much this podcast is blessing you, how certain things, have blessed you, how much you guys appreciate Mr. Ulises Vargas all the way from Florida. Because just so you know, he's not here in El Paso, he is in Florida. So and he's willing to do some more, and we're gonna be doing some more podcasts here in the future. And let's see what God does and let's see what happens. But we're really looking forward to being of service and you know support and just be a blessing. All right, so Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. And we will see you next week, Friday at 7.